Alright, that one's at 101. I can deconstruct it. Ooh. Oh, I guess they're just digging. Alright, we'll figure out what happens here, because if they're just digging, this might turn into a big trench. Okay, and we are at 91. And just to confirm, that's 91, 93, 95, 97, 99. Perfect. See, this is exactly one of the best things about BitCraft. There was a big group of people that ran through the area that we were working on. Could they have griefed this road? Definitely. Like, you have all these dig sites here that are already built, that have a certain height. They could have easily messed around with the heights so that they would make them higher instead of lower, which is what we wanted to do. But what was their natural instinct? Their natural instinct was, let's help. And I think that's something that's very human. I think most people want to help because most people would like other people to help them if they are in a position where other people could help them. I think the amount of people that are actively looking to do harm, I mean, in online gaming you have trolling, right? But trolling is not exactly the same as griefing. And trolling for fun, it can be a lot of fun. Griefing tends to mean that either somebody is using that game to vent, you know, real life frustrations or anger. And honestly, that's also very valid. I would rather them do that in a game than in real life. Or it might be griefing in between competitive people that are part of, like, you know, two factions. Like, if the empires mean that, you know, you're gonna have to fight for the land, like, you have Tortuga and the Trispian Empire here, and there's two ways that their proximity could go. They could establish diplomatic relations, and they could find ways to collaborate and help each other grow outwards, or they could decide to be hostile against each other and try to take over their area and so on. And part of taking over their area and so on would definitely mean that if the Trispian Empire have a road that goes from one place to another, one thing that Tortuga could do is go over to that road and set up some terraforming dig sites and mess with the elevation so that the other people are not able to safely traverse the road while pulling a cart, right? And that definitely is griefing, but it's also a kind of griefing that makes sense within the game mechanics and the way that the BitCraft world works. I would not expect the devs to do anything to prevent that kind of hostile action. I would 100% expect the devs to prevent random griefing just because, right? So it's a delicate balance, but I mean, the tests so far, the alphas, have been full of players that are following the game, that are attracted to the idea of what the devs want or say they want the game to be. And a lot of that is collaboration. So that definitely is the attitude that I see the most in BitCraft. And, you know, once we hit early access, it means that if you want to play, you have to pay $30 to play. So probably the type of people that we're gonna see is still going to be mainly people that are attracted to the chill vibes and to the collaboration aspect of the game. Every time someone says collaboration, I go to think about the It Takes Two game. I don't know that game. But I do 100% expect when the game goes on full release and is free to play and open to the wild world of the internet, we might see people that join in just because, you know, it's free and you can mess around with people with no consequences, right? Hopefully throughout the development stage of alpha's early access, we can identify some of those griefing methods and try to mitigate them without making the game into a place that does not allow conflict, because conflict definitely should be something that exists. And that's all I have to say about Vietnam.